Mark stood up and walked slowly over to the basement window. Outside lay a pile of yellow snow. He could faintly smell the cat piss even though the window was closed. With his back turned to Daria, he said, "Holtz said Deck had a thing for you." They'd all known each other back in Baku. Mark hadn't been surprised by what Holtz had said. Daria, scarred or not, was the kind of woman who attracted a lot of guys. Some were attracted to her broad smile, some to her high cheekbones. Some, he counted himself in this group, to her quick wit and natural intelligence. Mark figured Deck, not exactly the most sophisticated guy, had probably just fancied her ass. Daria's chair creaked as she adjusted herself in it. Eventually she said, "What's that got to do with anything?" "Did you have any contact with Deck, conversations or emails or whatever after you left Turkmenistan?" "He sent one email right after I left." "Saying what?" "That he wanted to meet me here in Almaty after he got done with the job in Turkmenistan." "How'd you respond?" "I didn't. I mean, I liked John well enough, but... Anyway, I didn't want him around when I was working here." "So you two weren't—" "No." Mark decided Decker was actually a pretty good guy, and a lot more sophisticated than people gave him credit for. "And nothing since then?" "I don't think so." "Meaning?" Daria pulled out a new-looking smartphone from the pocket of her hotel uniform blazer, tapped the touchpad a few times, stared at the screen for a moment, and then handed the phone to Mark. "What do you think?" she said. "Meet me in front of Turkmenbashi Ruhi Mosque, Tuesday noon. If not Tuesday, Wednesday noon. Sincerely, John Decker." Below that email was another consisting of just 3 letters. "What does WTF mean?" asked Mark, reading the second email. "Is that a code or something?" Daria gave him a funny look. "That's how I responded to the email with the photos attached to it." "With a code?" "No, not a code." Her mouth formed a big, broad, pretty smile. "It just means, what's up with this? I was asking whoever sent the photos why they sent them." Mark didn't get it, but he didn't feel like pressing the point. He studied the email that had allegedly been sent by Decker. Located on the outskirts of Ashgabat, the capital of Turkmenistan, the Turkmenbashi Ruhi Mosque was, he knew, the largest mosque in Central Asia. But it was also a bit of a joke. Few Muslims actually worshipped there because the Soviet bureaucrat-turned-dictator who'd ordered it built had inscribed his personal words of wisdom all over it, right next to verses from the Quran. Attendance at prayers was more likely to consist of 10 worshippers than the 10,000 the mosque could hold. Mark doubted that Decker had even heard of the place. He would never sign off on an email with "sincerely," Mark also noted. "With me he always signed off as D or Deck. And he wouldn't use any capital letters," said Mark. "Worth a trip to Ashgabat, though." "Yeah, if we show up at the mosque tomorrow and act polite." "You know the kind of operation I'm talking about." "It's Monday night. How are you going to get a visa for Turkmenistan by tomorrow? It takes them a week just to open a piece of mail, much less process a visa." Mark knew Daria was right. The Turkmen government was vigilant about keeping foreigners out of their country. Even his black diplomatic passport wouldn't let him cut any corners. But someone would be at the Turkmen embassy at this hour, and bribes to rush through visas weren't exactly unheard of. He eyed the sack of counterfeit money. "That's evidence," said Daria. "1 or 2 bills would be enough to prove your point about Chinese meddling. You can take a picture of the rest." "I'm not giving you $20,000. "It's not $20,000. It's a bag full of paper made to look like $20,000 worth of Turkmen manats. Besides, this is my life we're talking about." "Your life?" "Yeah. My job, my book, my home, my life. All that got trashed. I want to know why and what I can do to fix it." "The only reason you had a life to get trashed was because of Decker. You'd be dead if it weren't for him." "Are you talking about what happened in Baku?" "What else?